What's going on, Wacky Cat? WWE 2K23 is looking to be one of those classics. And for me, it's the sliders. We're talking about tendency sliders where you can control and manipulate how often the AI of your created superstar or any other superstar acts in the ring, goes on the top rope, get out of the ring. This is revolutionary. And for right now, I really don't see much excitement about this. This is big to me. This is huge news. This is something that should have been happening a long time ago. We should have been had tendencies. For the most part, though, I think people just like to play player versus player, play with their friends. And that's a form, well, that's not artificial intelligence when you play against your friend. That's your actual, another human controlling the other wrestler. But I'm a futurist. For y'all guys that don't know, I like to think about the future, predict the future, and AI versus AI and sliders and customizing the sliders of the AI is the future. Where you have the AI, you control the AI brain. You tell them how often to do certain things, what to do, what moves to do, and they go out in the ring and do it. You don't play the game. You just watch the AI perform what you told it to do and see who comes up on top. This alone will make WWE 2K23 a really great game. When I was younger, when WWF No Mercy came out, I had another buddy that had the game as well. And we used to have AI versus AI tournaments where his created wrestler and my created wrestler will go one-on-one in an AI, artificial intelligence versus artificial intelligence, computer versus computer. For y'all that don't know, what is AI versus AI? He will bring his memory card, because it was on the Nintendo 64. You can take your memory card and put it in another game in the back of your controller and play your friends with his memory card. So that's what we would do. And you couldn't do the tendencies, though. For the most part, for the longest time, a lot of these games, when you make the wrestler, you can control the attributes. How strong he is, how much stamina he has, how big is his leg strength, how strong is his head strength, his arm strength. And everybody would turn their level up all the way to 99. They'll turn it up all the way to 99, make him a rated 99 wrestler. But hey, if you can do it, you did it. And then certain moves, you would perform unique moves, powerful moves. But for the most part, that was it. You didn't have tendencies where you can control, not only had the attributes, not only control the wrestler's moves or tell what type of devastating moves to do to the opponent. Now you mean to tell me I can control how often this AI brain, the artificial intelligence, think, okay, I'm going to he's going to be going on the top rope more. He's going to be doing certain moves more, and you have that much control. Before we continue the video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell. Let's get to the road of 2,000 subscribers. Let's go. We didn't have that with WWF No Mercy, but it was fun. It was great. So this is futuristic, in my opinion. Now, I'm a huge Sims fan of the video game The Sims. And from a certain extent, that's what The Sims is. You kind of control You can control the Sims, but you mostly, for the most part, tell the Sims what to think, tell his personality, give him traits, kind of, tell him what to do and watch him perform. Watch him or her perform what you told it to do, and it lives in this world. So you're governing it in a certain way. This could be the future of gaming. As crazy as this sounds, where we have, because you got to think about it here. This can evolve even further. 2K24 next year. Because according to Brian Williams, we're having, with 2K23, 27 different tendency sliders. Now, that's the key point. Tendency sliders is the key point, because you can control from, I'm speculating, from 1 to 100 how often this wrestler do certain things. So in the future, we can multiply that number by even more sliders and more sliders. And a few years from now, if 2K still possibly making WWE games, we can have so many different sliders for this one AI wrestler that we can just, a lot of us will be having tournaments with WWE 2K games, because the AI is so unique, more unique than ever. The AI now has a personality, not just the way it looks, not just the moves it does, not just the taunts, but what it thinks, what it decides to do in the ring. And not everyone's tendency sliders for their superstar is the same. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Well, what if this is going to be cheating? It's cheating, right? No. Because you may be saying, isn't it cheating to take your wrestler, right, and turn all his tendencies to 100? Turn all the tendencies to 100. Max them all out so he do everything. Well, guess what? That's necessarily not going to work. By your custom tendencies for each selection of tendencies, turning them all the way to the 100 slot. This is not the attribute system. I want you to be clear. The attribute system, turning everything to 100, maxing out the stats is great, but the tendencies is kind of strategic and to your personal liking. If you do make the wrestler do everything to the max, it may cost you the match with the AI. The AI may do stuff that may be detrimental to turn all the tendencies to the max. So therefore, it's a new strategy especially for AI versus AI guys, the computer versus computer guys that like to see the computer fight. Okay, I turn this rating to 50. I turn this rating to 60. I turn the next rating, how much he get out the ring, to 70. And it's a strategic way. It's a new strategic way to have the match, to have the advantage. Well, different tendencies, different attributes, different moves, making a more unique superstar, a more unique created wrestler, can determine how good this wrestler is. And everyone tendencies and everyone attributes, everybody is going to turn their attributes to 100. They want their superstar to be strong as crap. But everyone tendency is not the same. Therefore, you have a unique wrestler every time. Now, I said this 100 times about 2K23 because we're seeing footage of the gameplay. What we're seeing, and this is just my theory about this, my speculation. From all the footage we're seeing, we're kind of seeing player versus player, like a human playing the game of 2K23 and another human playing each other. And as humans playing the video game, we're rushing the moves, we're rushing the punches, we're punching fast, we're kicking fast. I don't think we're really seeing what the AI can do by themselves. We're not really seeing an AI versus AI match, if I'm not mistaken, from 2K23 from the footage we've seen. So it just looks sporadic. A lot of us trying to see, oh, where's the simulation? Where's the fatigue? I don't see the fatigue. It's there, but I think we need to see an AI versus AI match to really see the fatigue, to really see the wrestler's personality. Because, like I said before, you're not going to see now if you're playing if you're playing as the superstar, you're not going to see the sliders. I'm sorry, you're not going to see the tendencies. The tendencies are strictly for the AI, not for the player. So if you're controlling Roman Reigns and you got the tendencies at certain spots, you're not going to experience any of that because you're playing the game. You're controlling what the wrestler does. The tendency sliders are strictly for the AI, if I'm not mistaken. It's strictly for the AI, the artificial intelligence, the computer to decide what this wrestler does. It's basically its own brain. So I don't know what how many tendencies. I don't know what these tendencies are exactly. But we are seeing these game footage of these wrestlers punching all fast, all right? That's the player playing the game. There might be a slider that's saying, well, I don't punch that often. This superstar doesn't punch this often. And when you play the computer, if you see the AI versus the AI, it may be a more realistic looking match and a more great match because we're as humans playing the game, we're trying to punch and kick each other as fast as we can, jump on each other. So I gotta hurry up and beat you. I gotta hurry up and beat you. So that's we're not seeing much. What I'm saying, as far as the AI is concerned. But when the AI play each other, you may see a smoother match, a more match that makes sense. He picked this guy up, he punched him one time, then he slam him. Then it shows the fatigue. It shows the simulation. I really want to see. That's the first. I really would like to see a AI versus AI match. We may get one because we're still seeing footage of WWE 2K23. A lot of people that went to these events that 2K was holding have played the game, and I'm not blaming them, saying, "Oh, they should have slowed it down." I'm not saying. The AI may play different than the actual person playing the game, and due to these tendency sliders, it most likely will be the case. So we could get more sliders, customization more than ever. Not to mention the regular sliders we've always gotten during the years. And if you watch my channel, I like to have custom sliders. This is going to take custom sliders to a whole new level, and there's rumors that there's even more sliders, not just tendency sliders. We got that point, but there's more sliders to customize how fast the match is, which will make 2K23 and the future 2K23 future 2K games of WWE way better. There is a dispute here, and you could pick a side. What do you like more? Do you like simulated wrestling games, or do you like more arcade wrestling games, faster pace? And I'm a more realistic simulation guy, but believe it or not, there are a huge amount of people that don't like that realistic stuff. They like arcade style. These sliders in the future, and it could kind of be somewhat the case of 2K23, where you can have the sliders, adjust the sliders to what type of wrestling game you want. Now, previous installments of WWE, I believe in 2K19, there was a arcade option and a simulation option. So there is a awareness that there are two types of wrestling gamer fans that likes this type of wrestling game or like the arcade style, simulation arcade style. So to give everyone the best of both worlds, hopefully with 2K23 or maybe in the future, you can customize the style you want to have it your way, personal. A lot of people, don't pay the sliders that much attention, but the sliders, you can make this game your own with the sliders. If I think the sliders should be showcased. We should be seeing the sliders right now. We should be showing the tendencies. This is something to be excited about. Not just war games, not just universe mode, not just GM mode. The sliders are probably, in my opinion, the biggest thing to look at, because before I play this game, before I get in the Warzone match, War Games match, before I play AI versus AI, player versus AI, if I'm playing a game, the AI is one of the most customization things I can look at. We should be seeing the AI, seeing the sliders. I'm glad there's sliders in this game. I'm glad there's sliders in multiple 2K games. Great job, 2K, for giving us the customization. Now, it's no secret that NBA 2K, that series, has so many custom sliders that it's not even funny. And that's how the NBA players are so realistic. And the sliders is something that does not get attention. It gets ignored. No one really cares about the sliders. Nobody wants to talk about the sliders. Well, I'm going to advocate the sliders right now and give the sliders their props. And the sliders are one of the most important things in these video games. Point blank, period. And they have done a good job, and we need to start looking and praising the developers with the sliders adjustments, with the new sliders, with these tendencies, because I believe it's going over people's head. This tendency sliders and sliders in general are going over people's head. They're not even really, I just want to play the game. But don't you want to play the game? I mean, the developers have made these sliders for you to play the game in a whole new way. You don't have to play the game the same way. So I'm super excited about these tendency sliders. I'm super excited about, because it could be, it's the future. And with the difference between NBA 2K and WWE 2K, the sliders, because they're the OG of the tendency sliders. LeBron James and NBA 2K, they show you how you can adjust how many shots he take, how many jumpers he take, how many, the tendencies of how many 3-pointers he take. But see, in the NBA, it's a team sport, so one can say you really couldn't. Well, for the most part, there's no really AI versus AI for NBA 2K for real. There people like to play, including myself. I can't really watch AI versus AI. I can't really watch the AI in NBA 2K games. I played NBA 2K. Now, but anyway, the NBA game, if you was to watch the AI, it's a team sport. Basketball is a team sport, so you really couldn't tell if LeBron James is playing like LeBron James. But he is, because the tendency sliders, the way they got the sliders and the tendency sliders in the game, they're trying to make it as authentic as the real LeBron James as possible. But like I said, it's a basketball game, a team sport, so you really can't tell. But here we go with WWE. It's not a team sport. It's a one-on-one match. One man versus another man, a woman versus another woman. So these sliders, especially with the AI, are going to stand out more. So now if you're playing the game and you're fighting Brock Lesnar, he's going to be, you're as a player playing the AI, the artificial intelligence, you're going to possibly tell, wow, this guy the computer is fighting like Brock Lesnar, throwing me outside the ring like Brock Lesnar would do, or Ricochet. You're fighting Ricochet in the game. Oh, this guy keep getting on the top rope like Ricochet would do. And this is it. This is going to stand out more and make the game so authentic. Now we all see that the graphics are so better. The skin looks realistic of WWE 2K23. More customization. We got advanced created entrance is back. I see where this could possibly be going in the future of gaming. And this is just my speculation of being a futurist and theorizing. We can be actually in the future be playing sports games like WWE, 2K, like The Sims. Hear me out. Where you don't necessarily tell the wrestler what to do, but you kind of create the wrestler and tell him what to think in the match. So you're watching him play out all the things you customize on him, like The Sims, his tendencies. Oh, he likes to do this. Oh, he doesn't do that. He likes to go and slam. Because for the most part, now I don't know this for sure. If the AI from previous 2K games or previous video games of wrestling in general, did the AI of each character have internal tendencies where the wrestler had the tendencies inside of them, but you couldn't customize it. But the AI knew that this AJ Styles superstar likes to do this move, and he did it, and he played it out. Now, for the only tendencies things, the only way that we knew that this was Brock Lesnar or AJ Styles in the wrestling game, as far as the AI, is because they did their finishing move. They did their moves in real life, and they look like AJ Styles, the wrestler on the video game. It looks like Brock Lesnar. That was the elements that say, okay, this is Brock Lesnar. We're fighting Brock Lesnar. But now when you add the tendencies, the customized tendencies, now you really feel like you're fighting him more. Now it's a more of, okay, I'm fighting this guy thinks like Brock Lesnar, and I'm trying to figure out. I want to know, was the tendencies always inside the wrestler, or did the whole time we was playing these wrestling games, they just did random stuff? It's a possibility, and this is just my opinion. I believe WWE 2K22. The AI was just doing random stuff. Due to the fact, one of the random stuff it kept doing was getting on the top rope. Brock Lesnar getting on the top rope every 5 seconds. So that gives me indication that the AI was random. Now, I could, imagination, okay, this is Undertaker I'm fighting because he choke slammed me. But he's just most likely doing random moves. Now that move set is in his AI. He knows to do that move, the choke slam. Or Kane, he knows to do the choke slam. But see, the tendencies gives him the ability to know when to do the choke slam, when to do the last ride, when to do the leg drop, when to do the snake eyes. The tendencies, this is a whole new layering of evolutionary AI and technology. As little as it seems, and right now it may not seem like much, but in the future, it may be that much when we get the game. We still haven't played the game yet. We're just looking at the universe mode. We're just paying attention to war games and universe mode and My Rise and GM. It may be a big deal once we get this game and start to see like, oh wow, look at all these tendencies. So, but 2K23 in the future, they can build on this and make it more authentic than ever before. So this is a good direction that WWE 2K games is going, and I applaud them. They have the right idea, because this is why I don't like, and this is why I don't like arcade style. Arcade style, you don't have tendencies, in my opinion. Arcade style is just the AI doing random acts because they want to win the match. That's what arcade style. You got your moves, I got my moves. Let's just fight. And your stamina, in my opinion, stamina is not in arcade style. I mean, it's in WWE 2K games, but if you a real arcade style video game, there's a health bar, but there's no really stamina. It's just a senseless game where you just, okay, I'll fight you, you fight me, I'll do my moves, you do your moves. Whoever punches the fastest, whoever jump on each other the fastest, whoever push the button faster wins the match. Mortal Kombat. I mean, there is skill in these games. I'm just saying, in a wrestling game, you're kind of, I mean, it's a more simplified way to play the game. I'm not dissing arcade style, but there's no layering. There's no tendencies. They're just doing their moves, doing their match the fastest, and doing their combinations the fastest. There's simulation, realistic AI. That's where the tendencies belong. So that's why I say, to me, with all these news about the tendency sliders, that's where I'm saying that WWE 2K23 is a arcade style simulation video game, because if it was pure arcade style, these new tendency sliders would not be in WWE 2K23. 2K22, in my opinion, was more arcade style. There won't no tendency sliders. They just randomly, in my opinion, did the AI. But yeah, we shall see. I'm so excited about these tendency sliders. There could be a showcase of them. I don't know if the developers showing us these sliders. A lot of us are just focusing on, the main thing. What wrestlers are going to be in the game? What legends are going to be in the game? What are their ratings? What's in GM mode? We're focusing on that. But I'm telling you, the sleeper are the not obvious things of the game, and the sliders we're sleeping on the sliders. And when the developers say these things, well, we got tendency sliders, I don't really see much excitement about it. There's only one video where I seen the developers really mention the sliders, the tendency sliders. And I don't really see too much excitement about this. Like, oh, okay. Or maybe, I can understand why, because we hear it. In theory, it sounds good, but, when we actually get the game, we need to see a hands-on to really understand what they're really saying. But, we got to give these developers some props, 2K developers some props for from putting these tendency sliders in, more sliders. We really need to, because that will motivate them to expand this idea. So, guys, we give the developers props, but we really, when something goes wrong, we nitpick. But I think, we could give the developers their flowers, their props, when they add something to a game, because that will give them the motivation, the extra motivation, to expand it the next go round, the next installment, 2K24, 2K25. If they just see us overlook certain aspects of the game, like the call-out system. The call-out system wasn't in 2K22. If we would have possibly said, oh, I love the call-out system, like made a big deal about it, they probably would never got rid of it. Like, oh, no, don't get rid of the call-out system. They love it. But your lack of props, your lack of admiration will, in my opinion, make the developer say, well, do we need to expand this? call out system? Do we need to expand this? Whatever. Now with universe mode, they know we love universe mode. They know we adore universe mode because we give them their admiration. They see us. They see us on social media, YouTube, posting our universe mode matches. That's a no-brainer. They know they can't get rid of that. But there's little things that we love that we may not give them props about, and then be like, okay, we're adding some new stuff. What is the least favorite thing that we can't really tell they don't like? What's in this game? Because think about it, and this is just my theory. The advanced interests, they took that away. We had it for the longest time, advanced interests, but we never really gave them their props about it, for real. We never said, oh, this is great. This is a cool. You can make these different interests. And what happens? They got rid of it. They're going to bring it back in 2K23, but 2K22, it was gone. So what I'm saying is sometimes there's no guarantee of what's going to stay in the game and what's going to be taken away as they add new elements to the game. So I think, so it's the social media age, we need to start tweeting about, oh, we love this little detail. We love these tendency sliders. We love, and that's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to, give them their props. I'm doing it right now, giving 2K their props for adding these elements in. Because, they like to hear our feedback. But if they go great lengths of adding certain things and no one's really saying anything, like we just added these tendency sliders and no one seems to be excited. We went to the trouble of doing all of this tendency sliders and they don't really seem to. Well, Wacky Cat is going to be giving you major props over that. I'm going to be, if no one else is going to say it, I'm going to say that these tendency sliders are genius. They're excellent element. But for the most part, I think what it is, the concept is kind of new to us. Tendency sliders, what's that? So we really don't have a hands-on situation with these tendency sliders yet. This is just going by word of mouth. I think when we get these tendency sliders, everyone is going to be, every YouTuber, every gamer is going to be saying, wow, these sliders are awesome. Good job. So this is a new idea. I kind of, because I'm so much of a futurist, I can kind of tell where this is going, and it's going in a great direction. And for the most part, a lot of people like to play player versus player, play with their friends. A lot of people really don't pay too much attention to the AI, for real. But this is going to make people start paying attention to the AI, because now these people you're fighting, the computer you're fighting, is actually strategizing against you. You can make a wrestler that tendencies, all they do is go on the top rope and they just keep jumping on you. This can be a really exciting element. Well, anyway, I'm Wacky Cat. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And, I'm out. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.